This in here. Quickly.
Right.
Left. Tell me if you can hear it.
I have to look at the camera and this is too much height then.
I'll tell you.
I heard it. Yeah.
It's working, your connection.
Does this have enough battery life?
Yeah.
Okay, I need you to tilt that.
If it says power off, you tell me. तो parcel will have to talk. नहीं बंद हो अर्धो को लग. Say something. See, hello, testing. Hi, इधर आके. Start. See, I'm just waiting for 2 minutes. If we let everyone come and settle in, we'll start in a couple of minutes. See.
Hi, we're just waiting for everybody else to join. And we'll start in exactly 2 minutes. And this needs to be tilted a little. Can you see the comments?
Here.
Just need to be on charging.
Comments. Then we'll have not both of it. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, say yes in the chat. Angle. Okay, now we'll use that. Tell me the angle.
Can you take this away?
What do you do?
What's that? Hi, I'm Charvi Shah from Mommy Alchemy. Welcome to this live marketing and Indian classical dance. And I have a deep passion for early childhood education, which prompted me to start Mommy Alchemy in the first place. At Mommy Alchemy, we believe that fun and having fun and enjoying is a vital part of learning. Play is a vital part of learning. And eventually, we want to enable every child to be able to learn with all the activities that we do with enthusiasm and intrigue. We put this philosophy of ours into practice by doing a range of activities, which include sensory play, flameless cooking, DIY safe science experiments, and arts and crafts, and much, much more. So I'd like to make you have a glimpse of all that we do here at Mommy Alchemy. What we'll do is we'll try to go age-wise so that if you have a child in that age group, you can know what exactly to do with him or her. What we have here first is for babies in the age group of 0 to 6 months. These babies still are not able to sit, but they do get a lot of tummy time, which is not bearable for the baby as well as the parent. They cry and they're uncomfortable. So this is one activity which will make them comfortable. In fact, they will start looking forward to tummy time if you start giving these activities. So what we have here is a simple Ziploc bag. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some water to the Ziploc bag. I'm just going to fill it up. Make sure that the bag doesn't have any leaks. And we're just going to add these colorful pom-poms, either available at any stationery store. And I'm just going to add them to the Ziploc bag here. I'm going to seal the Ziploc bag. And what you need to do is when you give tummy time to your baby, you just need to put the bag in front of him or her and let them just splat on the bag. Just keep splatting on the bag. And what it's going to do is they're going to see the movement of the water. They're going to see the movement of those colorful pom-poms. And it's going to spark curiosity in their young minds. What it's also going to do is, as the baby feels the texture and the softness of the bag, it's going to help with the baby's tactile development. It's going to help send a lot of feedback and information back to the brain, and it's going to start developing, the brain is going to start developing a lot of neurons. Sensory play, by the way, unlike any other type of play, helps to build a maximum number of your neurons in the brain. And I humbly request you all do not underestimate the power of sensory play. So this is one bag that you can give to your child and let them just play and splat. Make sure you put a very tight, strong, durable tape so that the water doesn't come out. I have examples of other bags that I have pre-made. So this bag is water, it has oil, and it has this lovely golden glitter powder. Now as the baby splats the bag, the glitter is going to move and your baby is going to get this sort of a visual treat. It's going to leave it mesmerized, and I'm sure they're going to forget the discomfort of their tummy times. Oh, there's one more bag I'd like to show you. This is water, pink food color, you can see that, and a little bit of glitter inside. So as you can see, you can make like a range of sensory bags for your children. In fact, you can make a new one every day with material readily available at home. You don't need to really go outside and get anything new for these things. Also, what you can do with children as young as 0 to 6 months, you can give them sensory toys like this one here. This is Nelly the snail. My daughter named him that. What the sensory toy is basically it has a lot of textures in one toy, and you can just give this to your baby to feel, and then you can talk to your baby saying, oh wow, does that feel soft? Is that a little rough? Ooh, is that fuzzy? Ooh, that is quite prickly, isn't it? Wow, that is really rough. Now, what the baby will do is probably spend a little more time over the softer textures and instinctively take their hands away from the rough, prickly textures. But that's completely normal. Again, this what this toy is doing is it's providing information and feedback to their little brains that they need to take their hands away from prickly stuff and concentrate more here, or maybe whatever other texture that they like. Another thing that you can do with your 0 to 6 month olds are read books to them. That is by far the favorite activity in our household. We love reading books. This is a Pout Pout Fish by Deborah Deason. You can just show them pictures from these first 100-word books, or you can have there are a lot of good books by Sandra Boynton. She's a wonderful author for little children. This one is our favorite, Oh My, Oh Dinosaurs. Uh, I know there are a lot of grandparents who come to me and they say, अरे थोड़ी 10वीं कक्षा में है, थोड़ी उसको 10th पास करनी है कि अभी से बच्चा पढ़ाई करेगा. To them, I'd like to say that if you put in the effort right now to make them have a love of reading, to make them have a love of knowledge, trust me, आपको 10वीं कक्षा के लिए ज़्यादा तैयारी नहीं करनी पड़ेगी, बच्चा अपने आप तैयार हो जाएगा. Moving on, we're coming to the category of 6 to 12 months old. Now, for 6 to 12-month-old, these babies have just started sitting and they've just started noticing things around them while they're sitting. So everything is now at their eye level and they're more curious. But they don't really have a lot of strength in their hands. So what we can do is we can make activities which kind of help with their strength development, especially in their little fingers, in the palms of their hands. And what we can do is we can help with their muscle development. How exactly to do that is with this. This is basically just jelly, plain gelatin, which I've set with a little bit of orange food color. And what I've done is I've set in a few of some of the baby's favorite toys. You can set your baby's favorite toys in it. So what we have here is a block, a spoon, a ring, a Play-Doh, a shape, and some pom-poms. What the child needs to, when you offer this to your child, the child is going to instinctively go ahead and grab at the toy, and that is exactly the plan. That is what the baby needs to do. So go ahead, offer this to the baby, and let them pull out the toy like this, and pull out each and every one of the toys that you have set inside. Now, what this activity really does is it helps the baby understand a lot of textures and the contrast in the different textures, the soft jelly versus the hard toys, and the cold jelly. This is going to come right outside the refrigerator, right? So it's going to be cold to touch. So that is also a lot of good information for your child to take in at that age, which is wonderful. Again, the next toy that you can do with your 6 to 12-month-old is, this is a normal kitchen whisk, the one that you use to beat eggs at home. What I've done is I've taken these pipe cleaners, these bright, sparkly pipe cleaners, and I've just gently entwined them inside the whisk. And what the baby, when you offer this to the baby, demonstrate to the baby that the baby just needs to start removing the pipe cleaners one by one. Now, what this is doing, what this activity is doing is it's exposing your baby to a lot of colors. So as and how the baby pulls out the pipe cleaners, you can start seeing that this is orange, this is blue, this is golden. And that's how the baby gets exposed to a lot of vocabulary, a lot of new vocabulary, a lot of good colors. And what it does is it starts developing the baby's hand strength. The act of grabbing a toy will help in improving the baby's gross motor skills. Act of holding the toy in the palm of the hand will improve the baby's fine motor skills. And the fact that baby will use their fingers to pull out each of these pipe cleaners is going to help with their pincer grasp and finger strength. So there you have it. There's lots of fun, exciting toys and activities for your 6 to 12-month-old. Moving on, we have activities for 12 to 24 months old. And this is my favorite age because you get to do so much, and they enjoy it so much because they're so full of curiosity and they so want to know everything, and they're always up to try new things. So what we have for 12 to 24 months old are these. The first activity that I'd like you to offer to your 12 to 24-month-old child is this. This is basically a kitchen bag, the one which we use to store vegetables in the fridge. And what we've done here is we've just we've just poked in some really pretty feathers, the colorful feathers. And when you offer it to your child, I want you to demonstrate how to pull out one feather. What this activity does is it helps with the fine motor development, pincer grasp, and the baby gets to learn a new texture along with the new colors. Again, these are vegetable bags. I'm sure will be available at your place, and these are easily available at any stationery store. Another thing that we DIY'd, we did it ourselves at home, is this activity. We like to call it the fine motor rainbow. It's basically a piece of cardboard that we've cut into the shape of a rainbow, and we've colored it into the Vibgyor colors, and we have taken earbuds, plain old earbuds, and we have just kind of cut it in the middle, dipped it in color, so it turns a beautiful shade of green in this case. And what the baby needs, and we also punched holes into the cardboard. If you can see that there are holes here. And what we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate to the baby to put this back inside here. Now, the reason we've colored this thing, this little toy in the colors of the rainbow, is just to expose the child to the colors. The objective of this activity is not really color identification. If your child is able to do that, then that's an added bonus. But what the child really needs to do is figure out a way to put this back in the holes like that, and to keep practicing with each of the holes. Later on, when the child learns to identify colors and is able to talk, you can use this activity again and tell him to match the colors, the purple to the purple, the green to the green, the yellow to the yellow, and so on. So please do try this at home. Other simple activities that we have are, this is a toy block. This is a block of toy. It's a wooden toy and it's a little heavy, but we need something a little heavy for this activity. What we're going to do is we're going to place the block, we're going to place the floor, and we're going to ask the baby to, with two hands, stretch it out and put the rubber band around the toy like that, and keep offering more and more rubber bands to put around the toy. Now what this activity does is it really helps to develop those little tiny hands, the little tiny muscles in their hands, and they start getting stronger and stronger every day. Now why this is important is because eventually your child is going to want to start holding a lot of things, lifting a lot of things, and also eventually in the next couple of years your child is going to start writing. Why don't we aid the child a little bit more by helping them give all these finger strengthening exercises and let them, and then it gets easier for them. Also, what you can do to improve a child's attention and focus is this. These are plain paper straws, and these are basically cotton earbuds, and the child has to put the cotton earbuds inside the straw, just like so. And if they want to remove it out, they need to figure out that they need to push another earbud to pull the first one out. Now, what this exercise does is, since the hole is so small and they really need to put it in there, is it helps to develop focus, it helps to develop attention spans, and it helps really well with developing fine motor skills of your baby. Also, if you don't have earbuds, you can try the same with little straws and toothpicks. The toothpick needs to go inside the straw, just like so. And there you have it. You can also stick these straws on a piece of paper on a tray and then ask the child to simply just put the toothpick inside. It's really great also for developing hand-eye coordination, and it also helps to develop a lot of confidence. As and when the fine motor skills grow and develop in a child, so does the child's confidence. So there we have it. Also, children as young as 12 to 24 month olds need to be exposed to sensory play, because again, sensory play is really important. What we have here is we have colored rice. It's rainbow colored rice. We like to call it rainbow rice. There's at least 7 different colors mixed in here. And what this does is, initially I like to offer it with a funnel and some scoops. You can just demonstrate to the child that they can pour it through the funnel, and it's going to come pouring back down. Now, what this does is, they're just playing. They're understanding the concept of cause and effect. They're understanding what they're understanding how the different colors mix and how they look. Also, just spreading their hands and playing with the rice is so therapeutic. It's such a good stress relief that the child is going to calm down really well and on their own. Imagine, it's so comforting for me right now to just spread my hands around in the rice like this. I don't know how good. I'm sure. I don't know how good the child is going to feel if you offer this to them. How do you make rainbow rice? Is just take some rice in Ziploc bag, add some food color, and add a couple drops of vinegar so that it helps to really kind of merge the colors nicely, merge the rice nicely, and you have it. It's that simple, and you just leave it out to dry for a couple of hours, and there you have it. It's really therapeutic. It's a good stress relief for your children, and believe me, children need that a lot more than adults do. Again, since we've come to this topic, I really want to share this. Imagine if you had to learn something new every single day of your life, every single hour of your life. If you were, kind of bombarded with new information, how stressful would that get? You wouldn't know how you would cope, and you wouldn't know what you're going to do with so much information. So it's easy. So those are the kind of stress triggers that you might get at that time. Imagine how it is for a young child to be bombarded with this kind of new and deliberate information on an hourly basis. So it is stressful for them. It is stressful being a child. So having sensory activities like this, it really helps to calm them down and really helps them to focus. What I like about about these activities is, this activity really grows with your child. I still offer this activity to my 4-year-old, and in fact, just recently I demonstrated the concept of gravity, how the rice falls down, why the rice falls down, using this very same rainbow rice. So you see, it's a very, very, very nice activity to do with your children. Moving on to our 2 to 4-year-old age group. These guys, they are bursting with curiosity. They know a couple of things. They want to know a lot more. And how are you going to fan that flame? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a little bit of sorting and a little bit of matching. So what I have here are these Uno cards. I'm sure you guys have it at home as well. And I have here a set of colorful bowls. I'm going to lay out these bowls: yellow, blue, red, and green, and I'm going to ask the child to color sort them. The yellow goes in the yellow bowl, the green one goes in the green bowl, again the yellow in the yellow bowl, and so on and so forth. So the child is able to identify the color, match the color, and get a grasp of different colors. Also, what you can do with these Uno cards is, since they have these huge numbers written on them, you can ask the child to number sort the sequence. You can offer these to your child and ask them to put number 5 in the 5 number bowl, and number 2 in the 2 number bowl. I'm sorry, 0 in the 0 number bowl. You can do that. So this is a fun activity to do with your children. And we have one more very exciting activity for 2 to 4-year-olds. It is sensory play for them. These are very cute, colorful water beads that I soaked in water overnight. And my daughter likes to call them magic balls because, oh, they're so fun to play with. So it's just basically sensory play. These balls feel really nice and squishy and wet, and it's a wonderful texture to play with when you're a child. Even now, I'm enjoying it being an adult. But what I've done is just not a sensorial thing. What I've done is I've hidden these plastic letters inside the water beads. And what I used to do with my daughter is I used to just tell her to put her hand in and bring out a letter and identify the letter. And that's how she kind of learned her alphabet. So that's a great way to introduce your child to alphabets, as well as give this wonderful sort of sensory play to your children. Again, I have something really nice. These children are starting to speak. They're getting very good with their literacy. They're getting good with their numeracy. So we have another activity for their numeracy progress. What we've done here is basically I have this loose tailor's tape here, and what we have done is I have taken these small pegs. These pegs are easily available at a stationery store. These are the small pegs that we have, and what I've done is I've just written number on a sticker. This is 56, and I've kind of just stuck it. I've just kind of stuck it on the peg. And what I've asked my child to do is search for the number 56 on the. Okay, this is not taking me a while. Search for the number 56 on the tape and pin it. Pin it. Match the number. Okay, so that's how. And she kind of finished the whole tape here. Now, what this thing does is it helps the child identify the number, match the number, know the sequence of numbers, what comes after what increasing numbers, decreasing numbers, bigger number, smaller number. And it also brilliantly helps your child with their fine motor skill development, because it's not easy to do this with their little fingers. This helps them develop their fine motor skills, their muscles, their muscle tone, and it kind of helps with a lot. When the fine motor skills are developed, they can do a lot many more other things. So that's what we have for my 2 to 4 year olds. Coming to my 4 to 6 year olds, what I'd love to do with them is science experiments. I love doing some at-home science experiments, which kind of spark curiosity and imagination in these young children. What we have here is a beautiful chromatography setup. If you can see, yeah. We have this beautiful chromatography setup, and what I've done is I've just put in these paper towels in the middle, and there's blue color and yellow color, the two primary colors, and then they merge to form green color here. If you can see, there's green color dripping down in the glass in the middle. So blue and yellow make green is a wonderful concept to be exposed to. Color mixing is a wonderful concept to be exposed to, and if you can do it in this sort of a fun way, I'm sure your child will really enjoy it. And here now, what we have here is you can make these are what I'm going to do with these is make my own lava lamps. So what I've done is I have these glasses, and they're filled with colored water. There's purple, there's green, and there's a red color. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to add in a bit of oil to each one of these glasses. What this activity really does is it helps the child understand that water and oil are insoluble liquids. They don't merge together, in contrast to the water and the food color, which are blended so nicely together. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop in an effervescent tablet in each of these glasses. There you go. You can see, you just see the reaction start happening. Did you see that? Do you see that? These are these small bubbles which will start forming. I love this activity because, trust me, every time I do it, I'm still mesmerized by how pretty that looks. You can see the cute purple bubbles coming up and down, and the little green ones have just started to form in this one. And I'm going to put one more tablet here in the red one. So what this activity really does is it explains a lot of concepts altogether. Like I said, the insolubility of liquids, the solubility of liquids, and also the concept of effervescence, also the concept of how this happens. This happens because these carbon dioxide bubbles are trying to escape from the water and escape from the oil as well. So all of these bubbles are formed because of that. The carbon dioxide escaping forms these beautiful bubbles as it tries to escape. And overall, it's a good visual sensory activity for your children. Children at every age group can be exposed, can have a continuity of sensory activities. So that is what it is. You see the bubbles? Okay, you get the idea. Okay, so these are the activities that I had planned for you all. I hope you like them, and I'm going to leave this thing open to some questions. I'll take some questions now. Hold on just a minute. Do you have any questions?
BabyChakra. Comments.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Refresh.
Okay, just one more minute, guys.
Start posting.
Okay, I can see one question from Kamala Devi. Hi, it is asking me if are you taking classes for kids? No, I am not taking classes for kids. Whatever I do for the children is free. I post activities every single day, new activities every single day on my social media group, social media handles. So you can check them out. I'll share the details with you all in just a bit. Hold on. There is going to be some more questions. What I have a question from Parul Shah. What did you use to make those colored mixing glasses? Okay, colored mixing glasses. Okay, the ones with where we did the chromatography experiment. It's basically just water and blue food coloring and yellow food coloring in the other glass. Are there any more questions? Okay, I don't think so. But anyway, I just want to tell you guys how much I enjoy doing this live session with all of y'all. I have my social media handles. You can follow me on Instagram at mommy.alchemy. I'm available on Instagram as mommy.alchemy. I'm available on Facebook as @mommy.alchemy. And if you have any other questions or queries, you can always email me on mommy@mommyalchemy.com. That is mommyalchemy.com. I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat that. mommyalchemy@mommyalchemy.com. I'm going to post my details on one of the comments as well, and that so you can get a nice idea. You can have an idea of how to contact me. So that's about it. Just a minute. Okay. I love this question. I really love this question. So I am going to take a moment to answer that. It's from Bhakti. Hi Bhakti, thank you for watching. It says how to make a 2-year-old sit in place for doing an activity. Okay, that's a question I get a lot, and I'd love to answer that. So basically, understand this, that your child is meant to play, your child is meant to run around. That's how they are programmed. Uh, they are not meant to sit in one place and do an activity. However, as parents, we obviously want them to learn. So what you can do is you can give the child something that they like to start with. For example, if your child likes to play with balls, give them an activity of balls. Just put balls from one container to the other. Take one more ball and put it from one container to the other. You can also give the child a lot of water activities. Water activities are sort of messy, but they do hold the child's attention, and they help to engage the child in a lovely, fun manner. So you can definitely give water activities. Simple, just put colored water from one bowl to another, and there you have it. It's an activity, and slowly and steadily what's going to happen is your child is going to learn that there's something new to learn every time my mother gives me an activity, and eventually they'll probably start with 2 minutes and eventually get on to 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's going to go on from there. So rest assured that your child will sit and do activities with you. So I am going to post my contact details. I'm going to post my Instagram handles and on the comments here. So in case you guys want to contact me, feel free. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We also have WhatsApp groups to join in to get these activities delivered right to your inbox every single day, a fresh activity every single day. So if you want that to happen, then please just send me an email and I'll be happy to add you to one of our groups. I'm really happy that I did this live chat. I'm happy to see you all. And I really wish you have a wonderful time with your children at home. Do stay safe and enjoy your child. Happy parenting. Okay, I'm going to end the stream now. See you guys. Bye.
Killed it.